Hey, this is Mike with the Board Game Makeover. In this, my first ever review episode, I am taking on a new game called Betabotz. Now this game was on Kickstarter a couple months ago, and I didn't know anything about it. And then when I was at Origins, I met the creator of this game. And Gar told me all about it, and I found out he lives 10 minutes from my house here. So I went and checked it out, and I loved it. They relaunched the Kickstarter recently. It's currently going great on Kickstarter. I'm a backer because I like this game a lot, and that's why I'm doing this review, because this is a great game, and I encourage you to check out the review and then check out the Kickstarter and see if something you like. Betabotz. Okay, this is the basic setup for Betabotz. I have 2-player setup, but I have 5 cards in the middle as if it was a 5-player game, just to kind of show you what these cards do. Everybody will start with a robot base that you'll want to bid on. Some of these take 10 bits to play or to win. Some take 8, 4. So it just depends on how much you want to spend, but you also see that the 4 attributes of that robot base is better with the higher amount paid. These represent agility, firepower, structure, and processor. Those are the 4 components of your robot that you want to build up, because at the end of each round is a mission, and you have to pass the mission. You have to have enough of whatever components are needed to pass the mission. If you don't have enough, then you have to negotiate with other people to add to yours in order to get some of the reward. Each player will start with 40 beta bits, and these ones happen to be ones that I created because I did a little bit of a makeover on this game already. They're just the regular poker chips that have the number on them and a little bit of graphic from the box art itself. So the first player might say they're going to bid, the minimum bid for this one is 10, so they might take maybe this 10 here and put it right there, and they'll put their color on it. And then I might say, I really want that one even more, so I'm willing to bid 11. And I'll do that, and they have to take that back. And the bidding will continue until everybody is satisfied, because everybody needs at least 1 robot base card. Now the component cards, they add to your robot base, and they give it more agility, more firepower, more structure, or more processor. And these gold ones actually have a end of game scoring benefit if you have the most of these either under your robot or in your hand in the form of a code card. Now code cards are cards that give you power to do things to other players or to your own robot perhaps. They're very useful in winning the game, as I found out. So these are very important to have. In a 4-player game, 4 players will bid for these 3 component cards. That's how every round starts. So if one player does that, and another player does that, and another player, for example, does this, the 4th player has to either outbid one of these ones, or they can take a code card instead. You don't have to have components, but you'll need components under your robot base in order to pass missions. But if you're good at negotiation, you can certainly negotiate with other players each time a mission comes up. This code card says gain 5 bits, so I would be able to play that and get 5 bits. So after 3 rounds, before the mission comes up, this player has 8 and 6, 14 agility, and 3 firepower, 6 structure, and 10 processor. Meanwhile, I would have, -1 agility, 8 firepower, 2 structure, and 6 processor. Now there are 3 types of missions. There's Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. Tier 1 missions says mission stats range from 0 to 6. Tier 2 are tougher because they go from 0 to 30. But Tier 3 are easier as they go 0 to 12. So if you happen to pick Tier 1, for example, on this one, it says that we need to have 4 in structure. Well, that makes it pretty easy for this person because they have 6 in structure. I only have 2. So if there's more players in this game, I would have to look at my cards and find out who else has some structure. I could negotiate with them because the reward is only 5 beta bits here. If they can do this on their own, they would just go in and say, I can do this on my own, no problem. But if they're willing to negotiate, they can negotiate someone else, say, well, let me come in with you, if they needed my help, of course, and I'll take 3 of the bits and they'll take 2 of the bits. You negotiate that way. And it's very fun because that way everybody can kind of get in on negotiation as long as they can negotiate. Sometimes people know they're winning and will say, no, we're not going to negotiate with you because you have a stack of money there. After the mission is complete and everybody, then they get paid their 4 bits. See, oh, I did not complete the mission, so I do not get 1 there. And it says give all other players 1 bit if not successfully completed. So I have to actually give away money because I did not complete that mission. So there are some negative aspects and rewards if you don't complete a mission. And there's also these cards called mobilization cards. And what they do is, if you get 13 in one of these components, then you can take one of these cards. And they give you a ability. For example, this in agility says, gain 2 extra bits after completing a mission. So every mission you complete, and there's 10 in this game, you get 2 extra bits from the bank. So the maximum number of component cards that you can have under your robot is 5. Unless you have a green one like this. Then you can have 6, including the green one. The green one just means it does not count to your total number of component cards under your robot. If I were to win another component card and put it here, I would then have to pick one to get rid of. I have to be very selective in which one I decide to get rid of. And in the 10th round, you would pull over a card like this. This is the mission card, and it's tier 3 because this is the final round. And you will see that they only need 10 in processor. And in this situation, they have 3, 4, 5, 7, 12. They have plenty in processor here. But do I have enough? 5, 6, 7. I have 8 only. So if there's other players that are willing to negotiate with me, I would need their help in order to pass that mission. Some of the mission cards have more than 1 component. Here you need 9 in firepower and 9 in infrastructure. In a tier 2 mission, here you need 20 in agility and 20 in firepower. That's a lot, so most people are going to have to negotiate with other people in order to pass the mission. The winner of the game is whoever has the most bits at the end of the game. And that includes some of the end of game's special scoring as well, such as the gold cards. So as you can see, Betabotz, it's pretty fun. It's actually really easy to pick up and learn, and with only 10 rounds, it goes pretty quick, even with 5 or 6 players. Don't let that fool you as far as the number of players, because you still go around pretty quick, and negotiations are pretty quick too. So I would highly encourage you to check out Betabotz on Kickstarter right now. And if you like them like I do, then you should pledge and get your own copy. Thanks for watching the Board Game Makeover. I'll see you next time.